Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Matt Spiegle and I'm a scientific communications veterinarian at Royal Canin, Canada. There's no question that there's a lot going on in the world right now, which can contribute to added stress. One thing we know for sure is that self-care and care for our pets has never been more important. A great way to take care of ourselves is by adopting a healthy lifestyle, and today we're going to be talking more specifically about healthy activities that we can engage in with our pets. We all know how important exercise is for our health, as well as the health of our canine and feline companions. Exercise can come in many forms and it looks different for each of our pets. So for example, our friend Candace here was extremely obese and had arthritis and mobility issues. So exercise looked dramatically different for her than it did in the first picture you saw on the screen. But we're going to come back to Candace in a minute. How can we make sure that our pets are getting enough exercise? Well, the obvious for dogs would be walks that are longer, more frequent walks, supervised play with other dogs, but what else can we do? What about indoor cats like our friend Candace? How do we get them engaged with more exercise? So one option and a great way to do this is actually to make mealtime a form of exercise. In the case of dogs, they're actually what's called contra freeloaders, which means exactly how it sounds. They aren't freeloaders. They actually like to work for their food. So using feeding balls or toys that make dogs work for the food actually encourages exercise, slows down the meal, which makes them feel more full, and reduces begging. When they beg less, then they're less likely to get treats or human food or table scraps from their human companions, so this means less likely to gain weight. Cats also like to work or hunt for their food. There are lots of toys or feeders that can be used to mimic hunting for cats, and there is even some that can be placed around the house for them to hunt. So making mealtime engaging and fun for your pet is a great way to help them feel full, and it's a great form of exercise, as well as helping them feel stimulated mentally as well in the process, which is a great thing for them. There are so many types of feeding bowls, toys, apparatuses available, sometimes even something so basic as putting kibble in a muffin tray so that the cat can work to get their food is really helpful as well. All of these feeders were too challenging for Candace at the beginning of her weight loss journey, so her owner started by spreading her kibble out over a baking tray. Many people who have pets who beg a lot actually tend to reward that begging behavior with more food or a treat. They want that behavior to stop and they think this will help. Unfortunately, this often makes the behavior worse and it contributes to the pet gaining weight. Often when our pets are begging, they're actually begging for attention, and we interpret that as them begging for food. So one trick you can actually try is when your pet is begging is to give them attention, for example, brushing them or engaging them in a specific activity. If they're seeking attention, the begging will stop after they're brushed. If they're seeking food, but they don't enjoy being brushed, well, then the begging is going to stop if they think it might lead to more brushing. This is a great way to stop the begging behavior without a potential weight gain. I said earlier that exercise is so important, and it is. This is why we're here talking about healthy habits and healthy activities with our pets. In the case of overweight pets, exercise plays an extremely important role in their weight loss journey. It's very important to speak to your veterinarian about exercising your pet, as older pets, overweight pets, or growing pets all have different requirements for exercise, and we need to be aware of this. Too much exercise, a drastic increase in exercise, or exercise that is too vigorous can all be potentially harmful and potentially cause injuries or have negative health consequences to our pets as well. So it's best to opt for exercises that are suitable for our pets. And this can sometimes mean choosing a low impact exercise such as swimming or an underwater treadmill, depending on your pet's needs. So definitely talk to your veterinarian about these options when you're formulating an exercise plan for your specific pet. As important as exercise is, it's much harder for our pets to lose weight with exercise alone, and caloric intake from diet plays an even more important role. I want you all to think about how long it takes to eat a small bowl of potato chips and drink a can of pop. For me, if I'm so inclined, it can take about 2, maybe 3 minutes tops. That's close to 500 calories that I've just consumed in that period of time. How long does it take the average person to have to run to burn off that many calories? Approximately 1 hour at a pretty fast pace. That's a lot longer than 2 to 3 minutes. The point of this example is not to make us feel bad for indulging in a special treat. Not at all. I'm all for that. I just use that example as to show how easy and quick it is for our pets to consume too many calories and how much work and time it takes to burn those calories off afterwards with exercise. This is why portion control with food and treats is so important for our pets. Feeding your pet the appropriate diet and the correct portions and helping them to live their healthiest life possible will not only be beneficial to them, but also these healthy habits will hopefully rub off on us as well as their owners. I mentioned Candace earlier and I showed you her before pictures, so I just want to end with her after pictures and where she went down from 12 kilograms to 5.5 kilograms in 3 years. These healthy habits can change the lives of our canine and feline friends. And in Candace's case, her mobility and her arthritis dramatically improved after losing all this weight. Her quality of life improved. I hope you found this information useful and that you'll be able to implement some of these healthy activities into your pet's daily routine. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.